Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Mo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
You know, every once in a while, every 3 or 4 years, there will be a home basketball game over the holidays against an opponent that you know the Razorbacks are going to blow out. You wonder if anybody's going to be there. And then like halfway through the game, you look around and it's just practically full. And last night, I guess it was the biggest crowd other than the Louisville game. And it was fun last night. Hogs ran them out, and Cal got on a little heater after the game, and so it was fun. We got some good sound from Cal coming up.
Hell, James Madison wasn't really the story last night.
No.
They were just a mere prop in the street show.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. But, you know, there were so many people that I guess are still in town, you know, for the holidays. And, again, you'll have a game like this where all of a sudden you look around and there are people there that you've not seen there before and you probably won't see again this year. But last night was the game. And there was just – it's hard to explain because you're right. I mean, James Madison they were just kind of the prop last night. But there was a lot of emotion in the building. It was a fun night.
Malik Thomas got going.
Yeah,
Hogs are turning this one into a rout. Up 25. Thomas for three, and it's good.
You got to say bang right there. Just for the show.
See, here's
just one time.
I've thought about it.
Show.
I've thought it because I catch myself just in everyday life now. When something's good's about to happen and it does, I go bang. And so, you know, like when you share something. And
exactly.
Yeah. And so,
bang, shared.
Bang, shared. And so, you know, it's just one of those, you know.
I'm going to see if we can make it happen right now.
Hogs are turning this one into a rout. Up 25. Thomas for three, and it's good. Malik from the right wing. 28 points for Thomas. 6 3-pointers. 84-56 with 7:30 to go.
Well, it sure is nice to go into the Tennessee game with him hot.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's very good.
That's pretty good.
That's right on the fly right there.
Bang.
Boom, bang.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it was. We got to get into all these Cal comments. They're going to go viral. But the story in college basketball, not only Arkansas winning $1 billion to 5 last night. I mean, this was like, you know, it was like the summer league basketball. You show up with your team, you know you have no business being there, and the other 6th grade team gets off the bus, and one of them was driving the bus. And they brought all their friends, and they got beards, and they come out there. That's what James Madison must have felt like last night. 103 to 74.
They won a share of the Sun Belt last year, and they're among the favorites this year. I don't think, even in the Sun Belt, I don't think that team last night's going to win the championship, although they'll probably finish in the top half. But, you know, they got back from Houston. They, you know, after their break. He had them come back Christmas night. I think he's been getting after him pretty good. They've had I think a couple of days at least of two-a-days, and he wasn't happy with the defense in that game against Houston. And I think he's gotten after him the last 3 or 4 days.
Well, they looked like a team that was ready to play.
I thought so too.
And they were all ready.
And
to
sometimes
get after
you
it.
wonder.
Yeah. And so Malik had 28. That's short of Bobby Portis's freshman record of 35.
It's the most, I think, since Macon. Maybe Macon had 30.
He had 18 off the bench in the first half.
Yeah. Macon had 30 off the bench. That was the Hog Stats sent this after the game last night. I think the first most points a player scored coming off the bench since maybe Macon had 30.
And Acuff had a mere, 17?
Yeah, a quiet 17.
So, you know, they combined for 45. He had 6 assists. Billy Richmond stuffed the stat sheet with, like, I don't know, it was 4 of 6 shooting, 8 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, steal.
Now, you know, it's going to get real on Saturday. Tennessee's the real deal. Let's not forget the only loss Houston has came to Tennessee. So they're going to be good. And that's going to be a great game. It's an afternoon game. Conference play getting underway. We got a lot to get through until we get to Saturday. A lot of sports, a lot of football. But opening Saturday, and it's going to be a great game.
Meanwhile, we have a player acquisition at Baylor. A mid-season acquisition.
Yeah, this
and
one's
all
kind
the
of
coaches in college basketball are upset about it.
It's you know, you got to read the story 2 or 3 times, kind of wrap your head around it, because we are I mean, I guess anybody can play now. I don't know.
So this kid, no longer a kid. I don't know how old he is.
21.
Yeah. 21, he's going to play his first college basketball season after playing professionally in Europe and entering the 2023 NBA draft.
And was drafted by the Hornets.
First round pick,
Drafted by the Hornets. Then somehow the Knicks acquired his
I
rights.
didn't know he was a first round
Yeah,
pick.
he's a first-round
pick
pick.
31.
Yeah, this is not some
awesome.
slouch.
This is great.
You know,
What a great story.
First-round pick.
Played for
It's
FC
insane.
Barcelona.
Plays
in
for
Spain.
played in Spain, played professionally in Spain, and then the Hornets draft him. For whatever reason, they trade his rights to the Knicks. The Knicks have his rights. It doesn't work out, so he just goes to Baylor, and the NCAA just cowered and said, "Oh, we'll not just declare him eligible. He's immediately eligible, and he can play for 4 years. How about that?
Beautiful.
Are
Scott
you
Drew,
happy
thank
now?
you. Yeah, Scott Drew said thank you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was looking for the box of matches we once had in here from Blakeman's because last night that's what happened with Cal. Cal sat down to do the post-game news conference, and somebody asked the question about this, and it was
Yes.
like the match.
What did you say, Edward? 7 minutes straight?
It was about 6 minutes, 50 seconds of loud ranting
yeah.
without a breath.
Yeah.
Do you want me
It was
to start,
impressive.
Do you want me to start on the rant on eligibility rules?
Yeah,
You wanna
yeah.
start
That's-
that one?
That's
Hey,
probably a good place
Hey,
to start.
At
yeah.
some point, just play the entire 7 minutes. We'll go get breakfast.
For real.
I do
Come
have
back.
I do have the full 7 minutes if we
Oh,
want.
my God.
I mean, at some point we should because this is epic.
It's
epic.
epic, Cal. It is epic,
vintage
It's
Cal.
like an
Cal.
epic monologue in a
But
movie.
just before
You're
I
just
play
entranced
this,
by it.
yeah, before I play this, just so you have a picture, if you haven't been following this at all, what you're about to hear from Cal, like Tom Izzo,
Mark Few.
Danny Hurley at UConn. I mean, anybody that has a voice in college basketball is like, what are we doing?
The big time players in college basketball, I would say, like when it comes to coaching.
The Hall of Famers and
Yes.
future Hall of
Like,
Famers.
Correct.
This is
The
unprecedented.
people you listen to.
So just so we're clear, this has never happened before, right?
But just think about that. A first-round NBA draft pick who's already played at least semi-professionally in Europe, drafted by the Hornets. They trade his rights to the
Arguably
Knicks.
a professional team,
Arguably, fair enough. Fair enough.
but they are in
They're
the
better.
NBA.
They're better than some teams.
They are in the
they
NBA.
trade his rights, or somehow the Knicks acquire his rights. It doesn't work out, so he just goes to college. He can play tonight, and he can play for the next 4 years. First round pick. I mean, this is no slouch. And it's a little different.
For every player. Remember, let's talk about last year. It was Carter Knox. It was Boogie Fland. But what did all those guys have to do? They had to declare that they were no longer
That's
in the
right.
draft.
That's right.
To be able to come back and play in college. So here's a guy that in 23 was not only stayed in the draft, was selected in the first round, didn't work out. And these guys who had to declare, and it wasn't just the Arkansas guys, all the other guys that had to declare and to come back or stay in the draft, well, these are different rules.
Yes, right. Well, and it's, when you really listen to some of the stories that are going on right now about, the kids that are being allowed to play is not really the right way to put it, but being declared eligible, being declared within the boundaries of the rules we set. There's some amazing stuff going on out there right now.
There is reportedly a player for the Chicago Bulls who is playing NBA basketball right now, like actually playing in games for an NBA team. This guy is being recruited by schools to join their teams
In college.
in college. If that happens, blow the whole thing up.
Well, like, what does that look like? I can't wait to hear. Blow the whole thing up.
Just stop playing until you figure this thing out. Like, Like, what do you
have a moratorium on games until we figure all this out.
COVID.
starting at
Stop.
forward for
You think COVID was bad? Let me tell you something
That's
about
right.
this guy in the NBA getting recruited by college.
starting at forward for the USC Trojans, LeBron James. Like, I mean, what are we doing here?
Well, listen.
This is ridiculous.
Listen, LeBron never got to play in college.
Yeah.
What if?
He's got 4 years of
What if
eligibility
he
now.
retired and played 4 years of college basketball?
There
I'm
we
for
go.
it. I'm
there
for
we
it.
go.
As a fan, I'm for it. I'm glad you brought it up. That's a good idea.
No, that's a horrendous
Great idea. If we're going to do this, we might as well. I mean, NBA legends return to school. Joe Johnson. Does he get any eligibility
He
left?
does. He was
yeah,
just
he does.
here. Played college.
Bet
Good.
Joe Johnson could still play.
Look, I don't blame coaches. You know, I've got friends that are playing with 27-year-olds and they feel bad. I said, don't feel bad. We don't have any rules. Why should you feel bad? But let me give you this. Real simple. The rules bees the rules. So if you put your name in the draft, I don't care if you're from Russia and you stay in the draft, you can't play college basketball. Well, that's only for American kids. What? If your name is in that draft and you got drafted, you can't play because that's our rule. Yeah, but that's only for American kids. Okay, now, here's the next lawsuit. Well, we don't have a say over European players. You do if they're playing in college basketball. So that means you don't have a say over high school kids. So whatever a high school kid does before he comes here, don't you do one thing because there's a suit. Because what you're saying is, if he's in Europe, we don't have the same rules. What? If he puts his name in the draft, can't go to college. He left his name in. Well, that's different because he's European. Okay, you're not doing anything with a high school player then. We don't have any jurisdiction over a high school player, do we? We don't. So when they come, you just got to say, all right, now they're here.
So in other words,
And he was just getting started.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
in other words, whatever any kid does in high school that used to make them ineligible in college, that's off the table now.
I
If
thought
you
it
can
already
play
was.
another- well,
But maybe there's more stuff.
it's 6:14. The temperature is up, even though it's cold outside. It is. The match has been lit. The fire is going, and a lot of cow to come. Chuck and Bo. If you need an emergency contact, just write the Chuck and Bo Show. We'll be your emergency contact.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's your final chance to take advantage of the end-of-the-year savings at Chevy of Fayetteville. For a limited time, you can shop over 200 new Chevys, all with the biggest discounts of the entire year. You can even enjoy financing rates as low as 0%, making it the perfect moment to upgrade your ride. Don't wait. These deals won't last. Stop by Chevy of Fayetteville and let Mark, Denver, and Chris help you find the Chevy that is perfect for you. Together, let's drive.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
My biorhythms were like screaming over the weekend. I'm not going to lie to you. I felt it the minute I walked into the casino Thursday night. I knew it was going to be well. I knew things were going to go well. I could feel it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, the show just got better.
Oh, yeah?
Jerry Palm's got a bracketology, whatever you call it.
Is this his first one of the year?
Yes.
I didn't think he was working. I thought we took care of that.
Well,
Was he working for himself
He's
now?
got his own thing.
He's doing his own thing.
I've been doing this 30 years, and your conference record doesn't matter. It's not criteria. It's not even on the team sheet. They don't care how you did in your league. The games, your conference games are on your team sheet. Arkansas just doesn't have a good record against better teams. They're strength of schedule is always a factor. It's like a 10 and 12 against the top 3 quadrants. And the committee doesn't look at that number specifically, but if you're below 500 against the top 3 quadrants, there's probably a reason, and that reason is usually you're not good enough. In fact, I haven't really studied that. I just think that the strength of the league is helping the bubble teams because your strength of schedule is still pretty good. It makes it difficult to be specific about anything. How you perform in the conference specifically, your conference record, your conference standing, that's not relevant. Your conference games matter because all your games matter, but they all matter equally. Conference games don't get any special weight. I've been doing this 30 years.
I hadn't noticed.
We'll get to that later.
That's one of those things you listen to, and it's like, I didn't notice that line the last time, where it says that's difficult to be specific about.
Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, exactly.
Movie. That's the insight, sort of behind the scenes, the context. When Bart will tell us later about Jerry's bracketology, he'll give us where does he have the Razorbacks? Where the Razorbacks are now. That's all the things that have gone into it, and that was last year when Arkansas was pretty dang good.
You think he was confused last year?
Yeah, wait till this year.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I wonder. Can we get Jerry on to talk about this kid that's at Baylor?
Yeah.
That played in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, he's not the only one. There's three or four guys playing right now. There's a guy at Louisville.
Yes.
So I don't know what happened here, like how this started.
That's why I said if people really like it, and I'm in this group, this has kind of happened under my radar. I'll admit, not that would have mattered, but it's like all of a sudden you look up and it's like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
At least I think a lot of people are.
Well, it's I don't know if this is the best analogy, but it's like when you're standing in line and you look over and you're like, wait a second, is there like another attendant up there and nobody's up there, and you just take the kind of courage and you muster it up and you walk past 30 people and you're the next person in line. And you're standing there and they're like, can I help you? And you're like,
come on.
Sure can. And you feel the eyes of 30 people behind you and you're like, morons, idiot. I don't know what you are, but like this was open and I just walked up here. And it's like somebody in college basketball said, we need a 7-footer. Let's just try this. And college basketball is like, cool.
Everyone's waiting on somebody else.
What?
Everybody's waiting on someone else to fix this. Like in that situation, someone should have said, hey, I've been in line a lot longer than you have.
Right. Or there's another line open. We didn't know.
Yeah.
Or somebody up front tell people there's a line open.
But nobody, Cal's been very outspoken, obviously, about this. Izzo's had a lot to say. Others have too. But, so far nothing's happened.
I'm always looking for that line, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm always just looking for the one that's where there's not one.
I know. I do the same thing.
And it's amazing. Traffic. It is amazing how people are so anxious to get in line. Blows my mind. Anyhow, here's more Cal on this 7-footer who was a first-round pick in the 2023 NBA draft, who is now at Baylor and eligible to play right now.
The collectives on our campuses, whether you're doing it through your media people, whatever, cannot be involved in recruiting in any way or transfers. But if a kid's on your campus for a year, give them what you want to stay. We'll get more kids staying. How about this? It'll be great for them academically. They'll probably make more money, but they'll be academic. We're not going to have kids leaving after transferring 4 times. What's the percentage of kids that make the NBA? Unless you play for me, what would be the percentage? Like it's like 1% or less? That means 99% of the college players that are getting money, it's fugazi. Fugazi. Because they're getting 400, 500, 800, $1 million, and they're not pros. So now they have to go get a job after 4 stops. No college degree. No loyalty from the state or the program or anybody. You were a mercenary. Okay. Now you got to go get a job. I don't care what a kid makes. It doesn't. But I do care what we're doing to young people.
That was a different topic. That was all set up.
When somebody starts pounding the table like that in rhythm as they're making a point, that's that's when
the only way to do this is hear the whole thing.
It's like 7 minutes.
That's the only way to
We
do
can go
it.
get
I mean,
breakfast.
we do an interview for 7 minutes. I mean, it's the only way to do it because I can't. Like, I have to go and set up every sound.
I know.
Clip. You need to let him do it all, right?
Sure. Yeah. We could break now and do it when we come back. We'd have plenty of time.
Yeah. What do you guys want to eat? I'd like to get something to eat so I can listen to it while I'm eating.
Wow.
Like over
Oh,
breakfast,
yeah.
like everyone
That would
else
be big.
should be enjoying a cup of coffee.
Coffee's good.
You know, I got a protein shake. I can do that. I don't know. What are you guys going to do?
I got a banana.
Perfect. Chuck?
I'm going to leave. Go get breakfast.
Yeah, I'm going to leave.
Got a granola bar?
And go get a biscuit.
Yeah, you are. Boy, those biscuits look good.
Biscuits sounds
Man, that does sound good. But that, that was the holidays. Are we still in the holidays?
Yes.
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 We're still in the
counts.
holidays.
I think we should indulge.
We're in the holiday season still. Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Till
when's it
January
over?
2nd.
Yeah. Have you made your New Year's resolutions yet?
No, certainly not.
No?
Negative.
Are you doing dry January?
Certainly not. My birthday's in January. That will not
Certainly
be. That will not be happening.
Yeah. Damp January?
Sure, whatever you want to call
Whatever
it.
you want to call it.
There'll be some moisture.
Hey, well, whatever time of year it is, it's cold. It's cold in you.
Can you say that word?
You can.
Okay.
Whatever time of year it is, you want a roof over your head, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, whether it's raining, or whether it's not. Teamwork Roofing and Construction can help you out. They do quality work. They've got licensed crews, certified crews, and they know exactly how to make your roof last, whatever kind of roof it is. And they do great remodels. They're in the cabinetry business now. So if you're looking for work to be done on that building, commercial, residential, they can help you out, and they'll do it right. They're going to communicate with you through the entire process. They'll come in on time and on budget, and that's what you're looking for when you get a project done. You don't want to keep getting it delayed. They're not going to do that to you. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, teamworkbuilt.com is their website. Check them out today. Get a quote there today. They got videos, pictures, anything you need to check out the work they do. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They're built on quality and powered by teamwork. It's 627. Good morning.
There we go. Here we go. Let's take some personal shots. You want to? I mean, come on. Let's take some personal shots at him.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up. And don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection or visit hoggutters.com. When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
Chuck has thoughts. I want to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
By the way, good morning. We just kind of jumped in, and we're coffee deep. And hey, everybody,
morning, Bart.
Welcome in.
Edward.
I smell the bacon cooking. It's going to be a good day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The full Cal rant, Cal uncut, if you will, coming up in just a couple of moments here. Hey, maybe Hey, maybe the new year is calling for a new home. Well, I just recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. Whether you're, whatever your situation is, some of you are downsizing, some are upsizing, some have to move. For some, it's the first time out. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll get you home, and that's what they do. They turn houses into homes, and they've been doing this for a long time. And a lot of it just simply has to do with the fact that they're here locally, they understand the area, they know the market, and you've got a lot of really professionally trained real estate agents. Nobody's got a better training program than Weicker. So when you partner with them, you're getting somebody that understands the business better than the others out there, people that do this 365 days a year, and people that can sell your home and can find you the house that you're looking for as well. They're in Washington and Benton counties in northwest Arkansas. They've got a great office in Fort Smith. They're up in Branson now. They've got a wide selection of homes, and you can check them out at WeicherGriffin.com.
Here it is, John Calipari. Last night, it all came up with his 7-footer, first-round NBA draft pick, now eligible to play at Baylor. We're going backwards. We can now go from the NBA to college.
Look, I don't blame coaches. I've got friends that are playing with 27-year-olds, and they feel bad. I said, don't feel bad. We don't have any rules. Why should you feel bad? But let me give you this. Real simple. The rules be's the rules. So if you put your name in the draft, I don't care if you're from Russia and you stay in the draft, you can't play college basketball. Well, that's only for American kids. What? If your name is in that draft and you got drafted, you can't play because that's our rule. Yeah, but that's only for American kids. Okay, now, here's the next lawsuit. Well, we don't have a say over European players. You do if they're playing in college basketball. So that means you don't have a say over high school kids. So whatever a high school kid does before he comes here, don't you do one thing because there's a suit. Because what you're saying is, if he's in Europe, we don't have the same rules. What? If he puts his name in the draft, can't go to college. He left his name in. Well, that's different because he's European. Okay, you're not doing anything with a high school player then. We don't have any jurisdiction over a high school player, do we? We don't. So when they come, you just got to say, all right, now they're here. The other thing, the eligibility, again, real simple. You got 5 years to play 4. If you stay at the same school 4 years, we'll give you a 5th year. If your coach leaves or is fired, you can transfer without penalty. You can do it once, and if the coach is fired or leaves, you could end up doing it twice. But after that, you got to sit out. You can transfer, but you got to sit out. Does anybody care what this is doing for 17 and 18-year-old American kids? Do you know what this opportunity has done for them and their families? There aren't going to be any high school kids. Who, other than dumb people like me, are going to recruit high school kids? I get so much satisfaction out of coaching young kids and seeing them grow and make it and their family life changes that I'm going to keep doing it. But why would anybody else, if you can get NBA players, G League players, guys that are 28 years old, guys from Europe, do we really know their transcript? Do we have somebody over there? Do we really know their birth certificate? Or don't we? And then, there's no... Look, Tommy Izzo, Mark Few, there are a bunch of us that are just... We got no rules. Why did they let that kid play? Tell us all. Here's what the reason. Then we'll all go get pros. We'll go find them. Here's my second thing. You ready? No one listens to me. I told you. My wife, I talked to her. She's not even listening. She got ear things in, and I didn't know. I'm talking to her. You ready? Mid-season. unless you're in the school. This is an easy rule. We can do this, NCAA. Don't tell me about lawsuits. If you join a program at midseason, you cannot play that season. If you're in school and have to get yourself eligible, that's okay. You can play the second term without playing the first. What? So now, let me ask you this. What does that do for the kids in the program that you're bringing kids in at midseason when it was their opportunity? I mean, I just don't get any of this. And again, Tommy, Mark Few, myself, we got my son, their sons are in this. I just want to help it before I'm out for my kid. I'm very selfish. But it's for that. But this stuff here, I just gave you what we could do. I'm going to give you one other. The collectives on our campuses, whether you're doing it through your media people, whatever, cannot be involved in recruiting in any way or transfers. But if a kid's on your campus for a year, give them what you want to stay. So we'll get more kids staying. How about this? It'll be great for them academically. They'll probably make more money, but they'll be academic. We're not going to have kids leaving after transferring 4 times. What's the percentage of kids that make the NBA? Unless you play for me, what would be the percentage? Like it's like 1% or less? That means 99% of the college players that are getting money, it's fugazi. Fugazi. Because they're getting 400, 500, 800, $1 million, and they're not pros. So now they have to go get a job after 4 stops. No college degree. No loyalty from the state or the program or anybody. You were a mercenary. Okay. Now you got to go get a job. I don't care what a kid makes. It doesn't. But I do care what we're doing to young people. If all these kids could make $4 million, I don't care. But what we're doing by letting them have transfer at will. Transfer once. Coach leaves, you can go twice without penalty. But other than that, you got to sit out. Because now you get 3 years at one school, you're going to get a college degree. You can't be 30. You got 5 years. Clock is ticking. If you go pro, I don't care what country you're from. You leave your name in. You cannot play college basketball. If you transfer mid-season, can't play. You got to sit out. How about we just do that stuff? We can do it without having Congress and the Senate getting 60 votes. We can do that. Let them sue us on that stuff. I wish you wouldn't have asked me that question.
Yeah, it's so good.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's just
that's great.
That's speaking from the heart. You know, and again, this is an issue that I think all of us, and I say I think all of us, let me rephrase that, me. It's been hard for me to get my head wrapped around this. You know, what exactly, is going on here? This guy's drafted in the first round. He played in Barcelona professionally. He's drafted in the first round, selected by the Charlotte Hornets. Doesn't play, but is part of their organization. They ship him off to the Knicks. There's pictures of him in Knicks practice gear out there on the floor. And then it doesn't work out, so he petitions to go to college. And Scott Drew signs him at Baylor. And the NCAA says, not only will we allow you to play, we'll allow you to play tonight and for the next 4 years. And you can get paid. And there's other guys that have played in the G League that have gone back and they've been declared eligible to play in college. I don't think everybody, I don't think everybody knew this. Maybe it was just me.
I didn't have any idea.
And
I mean, you heard about the G League,
right?
And this,
exactly.
This kind of ratchets it up a little bit. This guy's a first round draft.
I don't know everything about the G League, to be honest with you, much less the relationship between the G League and college basketball. But Cal obviously has a strong voice that people listen to because you can't help but listen to it. And
so he articulated it well.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
My questions would be directed at, first of all, who do I direct them to?
Yeah.
That's the first question I have.
Who's in charge?
Who do
here?
I talk to?
Who's the decision maker?
That's what we always want to know, right? Like when you're faced with a problem, who do you talk to? You go to this person, they want to send you to somebody else, then they want to send you to somebody else. That's maddening. When you can't ever get to the person you need to talk to, and then you wonder if there really is a person. And that's what college athletics is right now. Who do I talk to? Who do I question if I'm asking questions? Like if I'm a journalist and I call to get the story here, whom would you like me to speak with? And whether it's college football or college basketball, and I'm sure it's true in all the other sports, we really don't know who to talk to. Nobody's really in charge. It's a by committee, which means nobody's in charge. Yeah. What do you say when you have a quarterback by committee? You don't have a quarterback. Like when you got to play 2 or 3 guys, you probably don't have one. And that's what we, from a leadership standpoint, what we don't have right now. But just to like boil it down into layman's terms, when we started paying players, this is what we opened the door up to.
Well, yeah.
And then we had to have the portal, and everybody can just transfer at will. You know, look, there was at least some sort of structure to coaches being able to leave whenever they wanted. There were buyouts. There were things attached to that. There were some at least guardrails to it. We really don't have any guardrails for players now because we said, the players aren't getting what they should. So it's as if they haven't eaten very well in a while. And so, we just like open Walmart up to them and just say, get whatever you want.
Well, we go from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Some of the rules are
just have at it.
I was reading a story about a kid who's a cross-country runner. And, they don't get the full scholarships that a lot of sports do. So his community raised money. Church and all these people got together, raised money to pay for a semester. This is at a D2 school. He was declared ineligible because that money did not come from NIL. If it had come from NIL, everything would have been fine. But because it was collected outside of the realm of the NCAA rule, it was forbidden. And so sometimes you see it's one extreme to the other. And that's kind of how they work it. Last night, that was what, 7 minutes, did you say, Edward?
Close to it.
Just on the radio post-game. I mean, just like, hey, what are your thoughts on the game? I thought he went maybe 6 or 7 minutes. I could tell he was wound up. And I'm not surprised that happened in the media room. That was a 30-point win. These guys are wound tighter than a drum. I mean, they are. All of them are. Arkansas wins that game by 29. And, Cal just, he's so wound up. He just goes on and on. Makes great points, but you could tell he had a lot to say.
Speaking of the money, if you're interested in some, RazorbackRaffle.com. It's now open for the Tennessee game on Saturday. $2,100 in there. I know it's not $1.8 billion, but you got to start somewhere. RazorbackRaffle.com. You can get signed up today, and if you're looking for single game tickets, go to ArkansasRazorbacks.com for upcoming events. The women got a commitment yesterday from Whitley Rogers of Little Rock Christian, 4-star guard.
That's good.
So that was on, Kelsey Music was jumping around on social media in her office. They did one of those things, like they can't say who it is. That's another thing. Yeah. Like we still have these dumb rules. Yeah. You get a commitment, you can't talk about it? But we got a kid that can play from the NBA back in college. It's 6:46. Good morning.
Chuck, I don't know if you asked me a question.
No, it's all right. You're good.
But let me say this to you.
Bart, you speak like you're the only smart man breathing.
I take that as a compliment, I think.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling. the next generation of light beer.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today. This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You enjoy fake AI generated stories
I do.
And getting scammed on the internet.
I do.
Facebook is for you.
That's what I like. That's what I want.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, we've got news. Not only does Jerry Palm have his latest bracket out, back to work, I guess. I guess he didn't.
Well, the calendar's about to flip to the new year.
Well, I was going to
it's
say,
basketball.
must have gotten bored over the holidays.
Yeah.
It's time.
all alone out there wherever he is in the wild.
He's got his cat.
I might as well. Okay. Well, you just did it. You went there.
I did.
Jerry Palm. Poor Jerry Palm. What has he ever done? He didn't deserve this from us. He was just terrible.
Well, he had a bad morning, and we pounced.
Except I know why Joe Lenardi's the man now.
We is in you.
Well, somebody had to take the lead. Somebody had to say it.
Set
Everybody
you
in the
up.
room was thinking it.
I set you
You
up.
did.
I said
You put it on a tee
when we
for
come
me.
back, Chuck will explain all that to us.
Yeah, you put it on a tee.
And then the rest is, as they say, history.
Yeah.
Speaking of history, Chad Morris
Yeah.
is still around, and he is still coaching, and he
hasn't been coaching this
He
year.
took the year off so he could travel and watch Chandler play in
Wasn't he
Virginia.
an analyst for?
He was an analyst the year before for somebody.
He wasn't for Clemson this year. He wasn't a quality
no,
control.
not
or
this
analyst?
year. Not this year. No. He may have a paying.
Are you
gig
sure
there,
he
Nick.
wasn't anywhere this year? I thought
very
he was
certain.
I thought he was in somebody's office.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
he was in an office, but I think he was selling stuff and not. Yeah.
Well, anyhow,
his
by the way-
last job was at Texas State. He was the wide receivers coach in 2024.
On the field, yeah.
On the field. That was his last
Last
job.
year, though, from what I read, I mean, I don't want to get bogged down in it, but I think he traveled and watched Chandler.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken.
Well, let me look into that.
All right. Well, somebody get to the bottom
Did you
of that.
follow Chandler around last year? Somehow, Garrett Riley's been fired at Clemson as the OC, and Chad Morris is a candidate, according to Bruce Feldman and others.
That's right.
I read that yesterday, and I thought this is some kind of AI-generated story.
I mean, the guy can coach offense, can he?
Well, can he?
I don't know. Clay
well,
said
they
the
had
other
Deshaun
day.
Watson. They had Deshaun Watson.
Clay said the other day that, he's watching practice and they never make corrections.
Yeah.
They just see how fast they can run the next play.
Well, this would be Dabo sealing his fate, I think.
So are you
time at
making the statement that if they hire Chad Morris as the OC at Clemson, that's the end for Dabo?
It'll be a disaster,
This
and it'll
is
be
the
the end
end.
for Dabo. Yes. Yes.
Write it down. Edward keeps the receipts. 6:55. It's
Goodbye.
December 30th. The Chuck
They're
and Bo
leaving.
Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people
Hey,
you
it's
can
Bo.
trust?
I want to share
WT
something that's
equipment.
completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit gopaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mangarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust?
For Chuck
WT
Barrett, I'm
Equipment
Bo
is your
Madden.
local family-owned
Hey, kids,
dealership with
how
8
about a bagel?
locations across Arkansas.
For Chuck
Yep,
Barrett,
they're
I'm
big-time
Bo
hog
Madden.
fans,
Good
too.
morning.
From
Hey,
Bobcat
kids,
to New
how about a
Holland,
bagel?
Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Do you, listener, do you feign not knowing things or intentionally not learn things in your line of work so that then other people will do it?
That's not true.
Chuck loves to play
That is
dumb.
not true.
And he loves to play even dumber. Here's what I know about Chuck. At any point, he can let you know that he actually knows how to do that, and then your value's gone. You just think I need you, Bart, but when I'm done with you, I'll do that myself.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I just noticed it's National Bacon Day.
What?
I actually read through Bart's
Holy
notes just
crap.
now. It is National Bacon Day.
It's the only thing you put on there, and it must be the only thing worth
Yeah,
having.
well, it's the only thing you need to know.
There wasn't a wide selection of days today.
Well, all you had to say was
Really?
Bacon Day, and it's a banner.
Scraping the barrel. It's look, for scraping
It's the
the
end
barrel.
of the year, man. It's the
For
end of the
scraping
year.
the barrel. I mean, listen, honestly,
The birthdays make up
It's
for
a
it.
who's who of birthdays.
The birthdays make up for
LeBron
it.
James, Tiger Woods, Sandy Koufax, all sharing birthdays on National Bacon Day. I mean, who would have imagined?
What's better than that?
I know.
I mean, what do you get bacon in besides breakfast? Let's go
Oh, you
there.
can eat
BLT?
bacon all day. You can
lots
eat
of
bacon
things.
all
Yeah.
day. I mean, really.
I wasn't asking as though I had no idea.
Burger.
I was asking to get the
cheeseburger.
Bacon on a burger.
Bacon bits
Yeah, bacon crumbles on whatever.
salads
on anything.
whatever,
Baked potato.
On anything.
or whatever.
Baked potato.
It's like ranch dressing. You can put it on
You
anything.
put it on anything. It's not going to.
So, like,
Take away.
is there a more essential food item, or I was going to say ingredient, but that's not the word that we're looking for. But if you had to pick a food item, is there one more essential than bacon?
Cheese, probably.
Bacon and cheese. Those are the big two right there.
Ooh,
That is a daily double. That is a daily double.
It's
right
a
there.
daily double. I mean,
Bacon and cheese.
bacon is so like when you're at the buffet, do you exclusively get bacon? Do you go bacon and sausage? Are you sausage over bacon?
I like sausage. I'm a sausage fan.
Sausage is a bit of a wild
I like
card.
It is a
Both.
wild card. It's got to be the
Yeah.
right kind of sausage.
You don't really
Link or
know
patties?
until
You
you
like
bite
link or
into it.
patties?
Right.
Well, I like both, but sometimes the links scare me, just depending where I am.
I've had
That's fair. That's
I've
fair.
bitten into a bad link of sausage.
Bad
me more.
link of sausage.
Tell me about it.
I don't have
What
like a
happened?
specific memory.
Were you at a hotel? Was it like a Hampton
It's always
Inn?
that. It's always
It
at a
was
hotel.
probably a hotel, but I can recall in
Was
my
it-
The
mind. and my
buffet
taste
ended at
buds.
10, and he showed up at like 9:58. And there's like nothing left out there except a couple of links of sausage, and
When
you
you
bite
stumble
into
into
it.
one
Kind
of
of
those.
hardened up a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
You stumble into one of those like Holiday Inn Express buffets, like in Salina, Kansas, on the way to Denver.
That's a tough scene.
You're like, we're going to drive about halfway. We're going to stop in
It's a
whatever
free
it is,
breakfast.
Salina or whatever the other town is. And
One of the two.
yeah, it's the only building standing over a sea of just flat
Days
land.
in.
It looks like a high rise. It's 2 stories.
You can see all the way to Colorado.
You go downstairs.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
I thought it was Russia, but
Yeah,
Colorado's
well, fair,
fine.
yeah.
And there's a big wind turbine, and it's like, oh, look, that's beautiful. It's the only thing I can see besides the sky and cardboard. And you go downstairs for breakfast,
Cardboard or what the eggs taste like.
and
too.
what you stumble into, yes,
Powdered eggs.
yeah,
Those are dandy.
those boiled eggs that
yeah.
have been, they're
Cardboard waffle.
and you're like,
But it's free.
but it smells so good. You know why? Because of the waffle maker. The waffle maker smell is undefeated when you're thinking about breakfast, and then you get down there and you're like, I better have the Fruit Loops.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you'll look over there, and it's like, the whole family's been there to eat.
Yeah.
Like they're waiting on mom to clean up. There's like stuff everywhere.
Yes, where I was headed is you never know what you're going
That's
to
right.
stumble into.
That's exactly
like
right.
what kind of situation.
That's right.
You know, it could be anything. Could be several veterans sitting around having coffee.
If you're lucky,
Could be
maybe
a
there's a
family of
family
12.
reunion. You know, if you're lucky, somebody's having a family reunion while you're there.
There is a bit of Christmas vacation in that situation.
No, you're right,
Sometimes you walk into that.
Yeah.
I'm generally looking for like a giant dollop of peanut butter to make whatever a little bit better. You know,
Well, I
like
think we all
what? Yeah, but bacon. You're not going to get a good piece of bacon in that situation.
No, it's either going to be like really like soft, and you want to make sure it's like actually done, or it's going to be burned.
Have you had Corsi's bacon? You know,
No.
Corsi's over there on the river.
No.
Well, it was introduced to me.
Good.
Kara set me up with that. You know, the first time I had it a few months ago. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah. That's
No-
a mouthful.
No
There's
other,
a lot of good bacon
No
out
other
there.
bacon tastes quite like that. I mean, you know, it's like if you went to a meat market and they you know, you get it in a white package and it's taped up.
I like a little peppery taste with my bacon.
It is that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
What
I'm
kind
sold.
of jerky do you get at Buc-ee's?
Well, I don't really go to Buc-ee's for jerky, but you know.
What do you go there for? Smokes?
Well, no, I mean, I don't go to
Smokes
Buc-ee's
and
a
a
lot.
Coke?
I don't.
Brisket sandwich?
I don't go to Buc-ee's a lot, but when I do, I go for the clean restaurants.
Yes, I was
You
going
know?
to say those restrooms,
Yeah.
man, they just kind of make you want to hang out in there.
Well,
a
they
little
do.
bit. And then you walk out and there's the soda machines, just all lined up there.
Well, and then you got to figure out which one of their brands is like the equivalent of like everyday Diet Coke.
Or you just get Diet Coke.
Yeah, but you
But
know,
you think I'm at Buc-ee's, I should try
exactly.
something special.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
Try
and
something different.
You have to
I'm
translate. It's like translate
Yeah.
money.
What do
Yeah.
you think
You know,
it's
you
going
gotta
to be
figure out.
like at the Buc-ee's here in Arkansas when it does finally
Down there in
open?
Going to be like all the other Buc-ee's, Bart.
Oh yeah.
Same
Well, no,
kind of
like
deal.
I think it's going to be like
I'm talking about the people. Is that what you're talking
no,
about?
I think like just the crowds,
Yeah,
the
it'd
masses.
be the same.
I mean, I remember when Whataburger first opened in Fayetteville, the line was all the way down.
Yeah, what happened to that?
MLK around into
It's still like
campus.
that. It's still like that. I mean,
When,
get
when,
big
when a
lines
new
there?
when
when a
everything
new
else is
thing-
closed, Whataburger will have a line around it.
when a
over by
new
campus.
thing opens in our state, people flock to it.
Yeah.
And that's not just our state, that's anywhere. But like just a new thing happens, a new thing opens, and people are going to go out of their way
You gonna drive
to
down?
go there.
You gonna drive
No,
down?
certainly not.
What do you enjoy about the Buc-ee's experience?
People watching?
Yeah. I mean, the prices aren't bad.
No. It's great people watching.
Happy people.
The
Yeah.
jerky's good.
You know,
should
people
try
are
the
on
jerky.
people
No,
like,
the food is
The
good.
jerky
I do-
behind the counter,
Let me just
not the
tell
one
you.
in the bags.
Let me just tell you. Get some of that the beef stuff they've got in there.
The brisket.
Brisket.
Yeah.
That's the word
The
I was
brisket
looking for.
sandwiches
I
are
had-
That's
great.
as
That's
good
what
as
I
you'll
had.
have. That's as good as you'll find.
I had it the other day.
It's good.
It
a
had
good
taken a step
sandwich.
back. It had taken a step back.
Really?
That's a shame.
Well, you might have hit him on a bad
It was
day.
okay. Well, I mean, also you might just get the wrong sandwich. You know,
Yeah.
they got lazy cutting that one, you know, or whatever. And but that's the go-to.
Here's the thing about Buc-ee's. Generally, when you go in, like you're going somewhere. You know, you're either on vacation, you're going to an event, you know, so you don't just casually stop into Buc-ee's. It's a big day. And
It's an event.
It's the place is full of people who are enjoying an event too. And so like everybody's at an event. Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy, yeah.
Everybody's in a good mood.
That's why it's great people watching.
You're looking around, there's stuff to buy. You stop in for a tank of gas, you end up spending $400. I mean, that's kind of how it works. I mean, that really
And that's
is
not
how it
counting
works.
the gas.
That's not counting the gas. That's right. They ship too. I
mean,
don't know
there's-
if you knew that.
There are people that shop there. Like, I mean, it's sort of like when you go to Walgreens. You pop into Walgreens to get, I don't know, a card. You go up to the counter. Somebody has turned this into the grocery store.
Oh yeah,
They've got a cart. You know, there's one person working.
that would be me.
Yeah. and you're standing there and you're like, this is not a convenience store situation. But they do get you in and out of there at Buc-ee's pretty quickly.
They do.
Even for the people.
No, they do.
Now, the one complaint I have is if you're on a road trip and you want to get that brisket sandwich that Edward mentioned, you're going to have to eat it in the car. There's nowhere to go that I'm aware of.
No, you're right. They don't have picnic tables.
And so, you know, we took
all
the
right.
girls in there when we were in, DFW over the weekend. And they, of course, that was on their list. They wanted to go to Buc-ee's. So on the way back to the airport, yes, we flew. I could not drive.
What a big
I didn't
timer.
have it in me.
Holy cow.
I used miles, Chuck. Leave me alone.
Holy cow.
So on the way back to
Bo's
the airport,
rich.
that slipped out.
Bo's
It slipped
rich.
out. It slipped out. Miles. Every time I buy a carton of Marlboro, I get American Airline
There
miles.
you go, right there.
So,
Flying
all
over.
this.
Are you sure they aren't Pan Am
I don't
miles?
smoke. I'm
Flying-
kidding.
flying around the world.
TWA. They're TWA miles they transferred. I've been working on this for 3 decades, Chuck. So on the way back, we stop at Buc-ee's, go way out of the way, go to Buc-ee's, and I'm going to eat this sandwich. I don't want to eat it in the car. So
on
I
the
go.
side of the road.
I go to the only flat space in the flat space in the whole place, which is right behind the sodas where you can like stir your coffee.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's a trash can, there's a trash can inside the counter thing,
Perfect spot.
Perfect spot to eat. And Kara looks at me and she goes, "You're just going to stand there and eat that by the trash can?"
You'll be at a ballpark. You'll be eating a hot dog. You're right by a trash can.
What do you mean? Like,
convenient.
Of course not. No, I would never do that.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Just like, this is a perfect place to have it. You have your 5 or 6 bites, throw it away, and get out of there with your soda. That's Buc-ee's.
Well, you lost me on the 5 or 6 bites thing, but
Well,
other than that, I'm able to relate.
There's only like 8 or 9 in there.
Yeah, no, you're right. Hey,
So
they are great. I love them. They're good.
I had most of it, and here we are. By the way, while we're talking about things that are just whatever. This all started with bacon. By the way, I don't know how we got to Buc-ee's, but
Buc-ee's bacon.
it was on my mind.
Yeah.
So I just want to show off this hoodie.
I noticed that, Grandpa.
I've
Pawpaw.
never seen one of these before. So I got this for Christmas from my
gonna
grandson.
say that had to be a
my
Christmas
4-month-old grandson.
It's kind of blocked by the bobbleheads there, Bo.
It is?
Yeah. There we go.
You got too much decor. You got too much decor over there.
I don't know how this whole bobblehead thing happened either. I do know how it happened. It was
You put 'em there
bobblehead
one day and-
National
Yeah.
Bobblehead Doll Day,
And they never left.
and they were all over there in the office. So I just put them up here.
Bo walked in and said,
And
"This will
now-
look cool."
now it's
I'm gonna put
bookended.
all my bobbleheads
Now it's
up there.
bookended by a flight of Yingling and a bottle of water from Walk-Ons.
Yeah, you got the full deal over
What
there.
else do you think we could put up here to just add to the fray?
Liquor.
Yeah, bottle of liquor.
Speaking of which, it's not liquor, but it does taste like a Yingling, and it is Flight by Yingling. It's 95
I had
calories.
one last night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
One. Did you have one?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, 2.
I did not have one last night, but I mean,
I was watching the basketball game. I was enjoying a
Yeah.
cheeseburger, and
perfect. Perfect.
it was perfect.
It's light, crisp, refreshing, tastes like a Yingling, but it's only 95 calories. Flight by Yingling. The next generation of light beer, brewed from America's oldest brewery. Walk-Ons, great place to get Flight on draft, and they've got 60-plus televisions for every game coming up in the college football playoff or whatever you're watching. Are we going to get into that? We're going to talk about the playoff and all that. We got Alex Mortensen coming up at 7:30, by the way, the new head coach at UAB, former Razorback.
Lines are moving for the playoff games.
I'm going to the Rose Bowl. It'll be raining. 90% chance of rain in the most beautiful place to watch college football.
Mudslides. I've been reading about it. You better watch out.
Stop it.
Mudslides.
Stop it.
Mudslides.
Just stop. I don't know why I chose to go to a non-dome game, but it's the Rose Bowl, And then I looked at the forecast.
You gonna fly first class? You gonna fly first class? I mean, you're flying to Dallas for a weekend getaway. You gonna fly first class to LA?
No, I think I'm in like row 10.
Okay, coach.
Yeah.
Well, you're a humble man.
Coach Plus.
I got select.
Coach Plus.
Yeah.
Maybe get up.
Extra leg room. Extra leg room.
Well, yeah, I always have to have the extra.
Yeah,
rows.
I mean, it's key.
The problem is I can't reach my stuff if I'm in one of those.
Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Is there anything worse than being in a line at a convenience store and you got a lottery ticket, Byron? It tests every bit of patience, religion, everything good in your life. It tests.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That Subway.
Do we know anything more about the lottery winner, the Powerball winner? Has anybody come forward?
We need a rolling update on that.
Has anybody discovered if they're a Razorback fan and care about NIL?
It is fascinating that this is the first time in the history of the lottery, I'm quite certain, that anybody was concerned about NIL and who the winner
It is
was.
so funny. Everyone the last couple of days when they've talked about this. They a Razorback fan? You know, I mean,
Right.
it's like, what, $500 million? Surely you can spare 50.
Yeah.
You know.
That's how we think of everybody
Yeah.
else's money.
Yeah.
And why not, right? Like, in fact, this is maybe we should just do, like, maybe we could get the lottery to be something that is the beneficiary of the money that we actually put in. But did you think? Here's what I.
Some of it goes to NIL. Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
here's what I was thinking of. You know who's really excited that the lottery winner came from Arkansas?
The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery people.
But the state government, all the taxes.
Yeah. Money will change.
I mean, they're
hands.
getting like half of the winnings.
Yeah.
It's like they won. It's like our government won. We just got money pumped back into our economy somewhere.
Isn't gambling great, folks?
Yeah. But what if we just
everybody wins?
Why don't we just make that? Why don't we just make that an initiative for the for NIL Arkansas? Why don't we do that?
Okay.
Why don't we just, instead of it being taxes, why don't we just run that into the athletic program?
Well, let's just not use that or let's not use that scholarship money for things like, scholarships for kids. I mean, let's just give it all to sports. What do you say?
Well, I'm talking about the taxes of a winner in Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the taxes going to the government, why don't we just give it to NIL? Can we do
it's
that?
free money anyway.
Can we do that? This is why I'm not in politics. But I mean, and by the way, we have nobody to complain to in college basketball about an NBA player coming to play in college, and we don't know who to talk to. We don't know who's in charge. And I don't know who to talk to about this either. But if you do, you can contact your local representative and see if we can, what can be done.
Let's just get more
for more money
involved.
For more money in college athletics. Isn't this just wild?
Well, here's the part of it. In all seriousness, we laugh and make fun of stuff, but fans are paying for it. I mean, we act like it's they. We use that word they. They're paying them. They're not paying them.
No,
You're paying them.
You are. Or,
you are.
Or you might not individually be paying for it, but,
Well, if you've ever been to a game and bought a ticket, you're helping pay for it.
In some way, yes. But now we want everybody else to do it that's got, more money. And the money's just getting more expensive. There's more money being required now in college athletics. Like, when does will it stop? Somebody tell me what the end game is going to be here.
Oh, I have no earthly idea. I mean, I didn't imagine we'd get to this point. I don't think anyone has any end game in mind other than I want to do what's best for me. That's the end game. And it's kill or be killed right now out there. I mean, you don't ask for permission to do anything. Just do it.
It's been said so often now. It's like goes in one ear and out the other. But if you're a college athlete and you're making anywhere from $500,000 all the way up to $4 million a year, and you don't make it in the professional ranks, like when I say professional, I mean like if you don't continue that as a career, you probably aren't going to have money to last you a lifetime, and you're probably never going to make anywhere close to that again. Most of them.
Well, the vast majority, you think about this, and this is what Cal was talking about. You've been to 4 schools in 4 years, you don't have a degree. You know what you're going to make? About $50,000 if you're lucky. If you're lucky.
Maybe 75 if you're even luckier.
Well, but I mean, you think about that. How many people that spend 3 or 4 years in college that don't graduate, how many of them jump right into great jobs? Most of them don't. And so
are you willing to take a big step back? Once you, like Cal talked about this at one point, once you've had money, taking a step back, way back from it, is really difficult to do mentally.
These are kids too. I mean, we're like using adult reasoning, or at least theoretically we are. And I mean, these are kids. They have no idea what's going on.
Hey, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry is still a great gift for any occasion. And Christmas may be over, but you may be celebrating some other holiday. Maybe you're just marking an anniversary or an occasion or a milestone at the end of the year for you. Maybe it was a great year. You had a great bonus. Remember that. Go get it marked as a story moment for you, because they're way more than jewelry. They're about your story. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Chuck and Bo Show. They've taken care of me. They'll take care of you. Go in there and get the purple bag. It never disappoints. Alex Mortensen, now the head coach at UAB, running that football program, will join us next.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We, and I include myself in this, we like to think we know what we're talking about, but sometimes we do miss the mark. I mean, sometimes we do.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It just seems like not that long ago, Chuck, where we met Alex Mortensen and his late father, Chris, and Alex was going to enroll at Arkansas and play football. And
now he's a head football coach.
Now he's the head coach of UAB and joining us on the Chuck and Bo Show. Alex, how does it sound? Like, I don't know if you've spent any time. You've probably been so busy, you really haven't had a whole lot of time to reflect. People do that aren't in the coaching profession this time of year. They look back on the year, but you are the new head coach at UAB. Congratulations on that. And has it sunk in at all?
Coach Mortensen.
Coach Mortensen.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate you guys letting me come on your show. And then, in regards to reflection, there's been almost zero reflection because we've had so much work to do since, I ended up, taking the job full time because of trying to assemble a staff, nowadays fundraise, and prepare for the transfer portal and recruiting. So, and I think, even if we were to take some time to reflect, you're gonna figure out pretty quick we had a lot of work to do. So, but I really am excited and grateful to have the opportunity.
How many years did you spend with Coach Saban at Alabama?
9.
9 years. And at any point, did you get anxious in there? Like, man, I gotta get an on the field job. I know I'm learning a lot and doing a lot here. There are a lot of people that, if you were going to pick a field like being a doctor or a lawyer and you were going to go to school, that if you were in your line of work, spending 9 years with Coach Saban must have been some education.
It was a tremendous education. And, I did get a little, antsy at points. And staying really was strategic in a lot of ways. Like, I did have some, multiple opportunities to leave, and more of those really started to create themselves after, like, say, the 3-year mark. And some of those opportunities were pretty good. But the job at Alabama continued to get better every year. And then, then at the same time, too, you do experience some frustration because there's a couple jobs you want to chase down that maybe you weren't able to get in on, too. So it was kind of both ways. But there were opportunities to leave with some of the guys that left on the staff, too. But here was kind of my perspective on it. I don't know if right or wrong, but when I got into coaching, someone advised me. They said, a veteran coach, he said, look, when you're a young coach, move a lot and take a bunch of jobs because it'll give you more experiences, more perspectives, and you'll grow your network. Well, here I felt like at Alabama I was getting the best of both worlds because I'm learning from Nick Saban, who, maybe the best to ever do it. And then, we had enough turnover on our staff that I was getting to learn from a lot of different people. So you think about the coordinators, Lane Kiffin, then Brian Dable. So now you get the New England Patriot idea. And then you end up with Michael Locksley. And then you end up with Steve Sarkisian, who obviously Sark, great coach, but also Sark had just followed Kyle Shanahan at the Falcons. So you get a little flavor of that. And then Billy O'Brien comes in. And then there's a host of assistant coaches, too. So it was a little bit strategic, too, to say, hey, you know what, let me set my anchor here for a while and keep growing, keep learning. And then also the role was awesome because we had a great batch of quarterbacks to work with. And I was very fortunate from that standpoint, but it was like, in order, it was like Jalen Hurts, then it's Tua Tagovailoa, then it's Mac Jones, and then Bryce Young. So having an opportunity to work with those guys, too, was really a joy, and it was a lot of fun. So it's like, even when there's times to leave, I'm going, do I really want to leave Bryce Young before his career gets going? So it was a blessing to have an opportunity to be there. But at some point, it was like, all right, time to take off and get going.
I wonder how much you'll call upon that as you put together a staff, because you got paid with experience essentially at the start of your career. Lots of schools, and UAB's one of them. We don't have money to throw around. How do you use your experience as a young coach when you're trying to put together a staff that I'm assuming is going to have some young coaches on it?
Yeah, I think one of the things that really jumped out to me at Alabama was, I mentioned all these names that I learned from, and some of these guys were household names, but then there were a lot of other people that weren't household names that I learned a ton from too. We had a lot of really good, young, hungry coaches on those staffs. Like back then, like Glenn Schumann, no one knew who Glenn Schumann was. Schumann's the defensive coordinator at Georgia now. the offensive coordinator at Wake Forest. I could go on and on, but there are a bunch of guys on those staffs I'll learn from. So I do think there are good, young, hungry coaches out there. Some of them, are at places like that. Some of them are at the FCS level or the high school level. But I do think we've got a really neat place. I think it's a really attractive place at UAB, and we actually we do have more money coming into the program. So I think, wherever the coaches come from, I think we're going to be able to assemble a great staff. And, that's filled with really good people, hardworking people. And I think the thing that, you talk about, UAB, obviously different than Alabama. My first coaching job was New Mexico Highlands. It was a Division II program. We didn't have much money there. We didn't have a color printer at the time. But I think the one thing, the biggest thing I took from Coach Saban, or one of the biggest things, was I think he's a great problem solver. And the Alabama problem, there's a lot of things that are similar, but it's different than the UAB problem. It's different than the New Mexico Highlands problem. I thought he assessed every problem really well and said, how do we figure this out? So I think that's really the approach we're trying to take here.
Alex Mortensen with us, new head coach at UAB, former Razorback. Can you explain to us, and you've seen it like all the way from being a player to all the time that we just talked about, now you're in that head coach position. You've watched it all evolve. You've been right in the middle of it. What are we dealing with now in today's college football world? How do you describe what it's like to sit in the position you're in? You kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. Fundraising is a big part of this. What's it look like from that position?
Well, it is challenging. And, I think, it's challenging. It's a moving target. And I think the biggest thing, one is don't complain about it, because, if there comes a point where we can fix it and maybe make it better, then we should, I think, make an effort to do that. And I don't think this thing is fully formed. It feels like we're, I used to say I feel like we're in an adolescent phase in college football. We still might be toddlers right now. I think there might be a lot of growth in front of us before this thing kind of gets settled in terms of what it's going to look like. But I think, more than anything, I don't know. There's a lot to deal with, and I've said a second ago, it's a moving target. I think the best thing I could say is when I got into coaching, or I can even remember being a player, and you would go into the recruiting room, and there would be, recruiting board, and you would have quarterback and receiver and tight end and O-line and, every position on the board, and then there'd be guys listed underneath it, and they were ranked by the priority in which you were going to recruit them. And above all that, though, you knew, hey, we're taking one quarterback this year. We're losing one. We're going to take one. We're losing two tackles, so we're going to take two. Hey, we're actually going to lose a guy that's going to transfer out, so maybe we'll take a junior college player. So it's very, the target was clear as to what you're trying to get, and there was only one signing day, right? And so it was just much cleaner as to what you're doing, and there was such a long runway to signing day. You had the opportunity to do a lot of homework on players and get to know them and know their family and know what they were made of and their mental makeup. And so now I think the challenge right now is that it's those numbers of knowing exactly what's exiting and what you need to take has obviously changed, because, as we speak, we probably have guys declaring for the portal right now, or say they're going in. And so you think you're losing two at a position. Now you might lose four, you might lose six. You don't know. And that's going to stay open until January 16th. So you don't really know what you're looking for all the time from the get-go, and then you have to make decisions much faster. And, without that long runway of seeing a guy in person and all those things. So I think it is challenging for a lot of reasons, and, but we have to figure out how to adapt and compete in this environment.
Alex, when you get them on campus, a lot of times, as you just talked about, they're new, they've been other places. Is it different, and maybe how is it different in terms of finding out what makes a player tick? I mean, you've got him, and now you're trying to develop him and get the best out of him. How much more difficult is it now? Or is it more difficult?
Yeah, I think it is more difficult, because you have less information about the player coming into the program. Even if you do a lot of homework, you have less info. And then, you've got to try to get to know all of them. And I just did exit interviews with our, almost everyone on our team. And one of the common themes was, here's these guys that have been bouncing around from school to school, and they all crave being a part of a team. And they even all, like I'd say 90% of them, I said, hey, what are things you wish, were different or you could change? They all wish they knew each other better. I even had a couple guys say, I had a defensive player tell me, I didn't know who the offensive GA was till 6 months into being here. I want to know who he is. I want to know his name. I want to know where he's from. And so I think part of that, getting to know each other, you got to find ways to accelerate that. And then I think to answer your question, I think as you do that, you will be able to understand the psychology of the player and what makes them tick and what buttons to push and how to help them be the best they can be. But we have to try to accelerate this process somehow. And some of it is as simple as getting to know the individual and them getting to know you. And I think some of it, too, is then getting them to bond together and still become a team and not just a collection of individuals trying to accomplish their own individual goals. So that's something we have to find a way to accelerate.
Coach, I'm sure Coach Silverfield would rather me not bring this up now as the Arkansas head coach, but you went in there and got your first win, shocked the world, really, under challenging circumstances where, somebody you really look up to and Trent Dilfer was let go midseason. You had to fill that role. And while it was a great opportunity, I know you had mixed emotions about the opportunity and what had happened to him, and you said as much after the game. But give us some perspective on, preparing for Memphis, what it was like when you see a Coach Silverfield team, to give Arkansas fans maybe some perspective on who they now have as a head coach.
Yeah, first of all, I think Coach Silverfield did a great job at Memphis, and I think I would expect him to do a great job at Arkansas. And, I don't know him well, but we have spoken a few times, and, I've enjoyed our conversations. And then in regards to, his teams, I mean, they've been, you can obviously look at his records at Memphis. They've been very, very good. And, I think he's done a great job of, assembling a good staff, and he's also done a really good job of assembling a good roster. They did a really good job recruiting there. I'd expect him, and I'm sure he's going to do the same at Arkansas, and they were always ready to play. Even in our case, when we beat them, I think the next week or the week after, I think they beat South Florida. South Florida had a great team this year. Anyway, I think he's done a really good job. Now, in regards to getting ready for that team, I think, a lot of things still start at the line of scrimmage, even the way football's played today. And, you guys, of course, you saw them up close and personal because that Memphis team beat Arkansas last year. Mm-hmm. And I thought one of the things that made them really challenging is they were very disruptive up front. I thought they'd recruited good D linemen. They created a lot of negative plays. So as an offensive coach, that's one thing that, we knew that we had to try to, mitigate some risk there in terms of the line of scrimmage play. And the other thing, too, is we felt like they were a very good team. They were ranked at the top 25 at the time. There was talk about them being a playoff team potentially. And so, we felt like we wanted to try to shrink the game, too, and, limit possessions, which we were able to do effectively. I think we, maybe had 8 possessions in the game. So we were able to shrink the game. And I think those things, obviously gave us an opportunity to win the game. But, they're definitely a challenge to get ready for, and he's did a great job there.
All right, we'll get you out of here with this. We'd be remiss if we didn't bring up your dad. And he meant so much to so many. And obviously you guys had a really close relationship, and I can only imagine how proud he is of you and what he'd say to you now. But I just want to ask you this, Alex. There's a bunch of things, I'm sure. But growing up, your dad being an ESPN, college football, NFL insider, mostly the NFL, what'd you learn from your dad that helped you get ready for this position?
Man, that's an awesome question. It's like, here's what I really learned. I learned a lot. Let me say this. I had 2 great parents. My mom, Mickey, was a great, great mother. Very fortunate to have both of my parents. But in terms of my dad coached my Little League baseball teams. And he also helped coach basketball. Now, that conflicted with his football schedule some because we played on Saturdays, into usually the NFL playoffs, so he couldn't be there all the time. But, my dad was a really good baseball coach. He really, he was going to be a teacher and a coach. He ended up going the journalism route. But, man, and we won the championship almost every year in baseball. But he did a lot of things as a coach that I learned from him. I thought, one, he was a disciplinarian. He was pretty strict, even with the 8 and 9-year-olds. It was kind of no nonsense. But he always, even at that age, he found a way to start practice with something fun and competitive, ended with something fun and competitive. So he started and ended on a high note. Practice was organized really well. There was not standing around, and so I saw our teams get better through the course of the year, and we always got hot in the playoffs in baseball. And I thought it was because he was so committed to making sure that practice was organized in a manner that guys were really getting a lot of reps. swinging the bat, taking ground balls, whatever it was. And so those are things that I think, I try to carry into coaching. And then the other thing, and I mentioned basketball, here's the other thing, when he would go on the road, he would have to travel to Connecticut. He would call back and say, hey, how'd your basketball game go? And I'd always want to tell him how many points I scored. Here's what he wanted to know. Did I run the floor? Did I box out on rebounds? Did I dive for loose balls? Did I deny the ball on defense? How did I compete in the game? And so to me, that's our mindset is we want to field teams that are competitive, that play with relentless effort, that play tough, that people hate playing against. So that's kind of like some of the things that I really learned from my dad was really a lot of it was him coaching me.
That's awesome. Man, we're proud of you and happy for you. Congratulations on the run you've had, and good luck moving forward. And we'll be watching from here. Thanks for coming on today, man.
Well, thanks for coming on. And it's funny, we're actually talking right now. I'm actually leaving Northwest Arkansas now, back to Birmingham, so I got to spend Christmas there. But it's really, really good catching up with you guys, and appreciate you.
That's all. Give your best our best to your mom, Mickey.
Will do. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. Alex Mortensen, new head coach at UAB. We got to hit a break, but that was fun catching up with him. Alex Mortensen, UAB head football coach. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
I want to see you and Bart in the old three-legged race.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let me just...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart's over there fact-checking. Kind of ruined.
Just ruined the whole day for me. Has everything I've said on this show been fact-checked?
This would not have happened. This would not have happened.
Have you gone home and fact-checked everything I've said?
No.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hour and 53 minutes later, it's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are getting some breakfast.
I know. Bart's going to get breakfast.
Contemplated it for well over almost 2 hours.
You know, Edward and I were talking about this a moment ago. Generally speaking, when you hit the halfway point, you know, when you hit 7:30,
it's kind of like
it's kind of like, well, I'll just go later.
Whatever, man.
And we were already talking about the fact that we were going to go get our own breakfast. Everybody would be on their own when the show ended, and then Bart out of nowhere. I mean, from way downtown. Bang.
After the fourth mention.
Yeah.
Fourth or fifth mention.
Yeah, he was just seeing how long you guys could hold on. Northwestern is hiring Chip Kelly as their offensive coordinator.
He was not out of work very long.
I'll tell you what, these guys just kind of keep popping up. You know, Petrino at North Carolina, Chip Kelly at Northwestern, and Chad Morris, not named the offensive coordinator at Clemson yet, but believed, according to several credible reports, including one from Bruce Feldman, to be right there in the mix.
I wonder how that would go over with their people. I mean, they had success when he was the OC. Deshaun Watson was their quarterback then. You know, by the way, he appeared in the Arkansas Media Guide. Do you remember that? We hired Chad Morris, and they got Deshaun Watson's picture in the Media Guide.
Well, that was the calling card.
I know that. Yes,
now
that was his
you
calling
too could
card.
have the next
That's
Chad
right.
or Deshaun Watson because of Chad Morris.
So I don't know. I just wonder, you know, how that would go over.
Well, in fairness, Chad Morris and his success track record kind of begins and
that
ends
was the spot
with Clemson.
That was the place. Yes.
So maybe it can come back to life.
He wasn't the head coach. He was the OC.
Arkansas got a commitment from a junior college defensive lineman, 6'3", 305 pounds, Antonio Sando Bascom is how I'm reading the name. So we're about to see a lot more personnel moves here coming up.
You're bringing them into play. You're bringing them into play now.
The portal opens on January 2nd. By the way, it's National Bacon Day, almost 8 o'clock.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today. Need help growing your brand with strategy and creativity? At Vanquish Marketing, the mission is simple. Help businesses grow with clarity, kindness, and excellence. They don't just run ads or manage campaigns. They come alongside brands as a true partner. By creating data-driven marketing funnels and building strategies that scale, they equip their clients for long-term success. Guided by their core values, they know growth is about more than transactions. It's about people. Visit vanquish.marketing to jumpstart your brand today.
Donuts, Red Bull, and lottery tickets. I mean, how could you want anything
Courtesy
more?
of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I put the old Keurig on, hit 10 ounces strong because I got to have the strong.
That's
button.
true.
And because if you're drinking coffee, man, you need to actually
Go all the
drink
way.
coffee.
Go all the way.
Like when you could see through the coffee, like if you were to put coffee in one of those glass
That's
mugs
just brown
and you
water.
could see through it, that's disgusting.
That's horrible.
I mean, if you could see through a clear coffee mug through your coffee, you might be a bad person.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this mug.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Breakfast changes everything. It changes everything. It really does. Most important meal of the day. Bart goes, gets breakfast. He's gone maybe 5 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes. And nice work, Bart. Mobile app, whole deal, man.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Did you always eat breakfast like when you were younger, in your 20s, 30s?
No.
I don't know. Like the older you get, it's like, I don't know. I guess I know some people that don't eat breakfast that are, our age or in between our ages.
I'll tell you when I like it. It's when someone goes to get it. That's when I like breakfast. I really do.
Yeah.
But if it's like left to me to go get, probably not going to happen. I mean, I don't like it that much. But now when Bart goes and gets breakfast, or you or Edward,
special,
yeah,
or somebody brings you breakfast,
yeah, someone brings breakfast. It's like, man, that's good. That's a good breakfast.
Highlight of 2025 for you, Chuck. Do you have one? Have you reminisced?
Wow.
Have you thought about it? Have you sat on a park bench?
I really haven't.
At Central Park in New York City when you were in the Big Apple and just contemplated the year that it's been?
No, I really didn't.
Have you posted on Instagram a picture of yourself and
I
said,
have not.
#blessed?
No, that is not. That has not happened.
If you could get someone to follow you around, we've talked about this before, but I could just see you strolling through Central Park in an overcoat, maybe a hat, and somebody's got a shot of you,
like
a
some
picture of you.
derelict walking through the park,
and you just, you capture that, you just put on there blessed.
Yeah, hashtag.
Yeah,
hashtag.
absolutely.
Blessed.
That way, anybody who's looking for blessed can see it.
Well,
they can find you.
No, that has not happened yet. I've really not done a lot of reflecting.
Yeah. We generally just kind of keep moving.
Well, I mean,
Moving
there's
on
stuff
the
to do
next
the
thing.
next day. I mean, there's a game last night.
yeah.
There's stuff going on.
Well, we got to slow down and, smell the roses every once in a while. I guess an easy one for me would be, first grandkid in 2025.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah.
Today, I wore a Razorback hoodie that I received last night for Christmas. Because the older kids, with the grandbaby, were seeing the in-laws on their Christmas. So we had this one a little late, and I was gifted a grandpa hoodie. Arkansas Razorbacks grandpa. I've never seen that before, nor have I been looking for it. Edward noticed it right away. Chuck talked to me for 15 minutes and it didn't register. Wasn't looking for that.
You're just usually not in like a hooded sweatshirt when you walk in.
Well, that's because I run hot, and you guys like it to be
Yes,
75,
it's
80 in
freezing
here.
in here.
And so I had to get out of that thing eventually. But I wore it, because I was proud of it.
And you promised you'd wear it.
Well,
yeah,
that.
Let's
There
be
is-
honest.
there is that.
Of course I'll wear it.
Not for the whole show.
That's
Just
right.
the first hour.
Yeah.
But
Not
I
for the
do
whole
that.
show.
I do that a lot of times. I'll change wardrobes, a couple segments into the show. Well, I got like a hoodie on, and I'll just change out. Like I got this nice Teamwork one on right now, but it's light. So
it is nice.
It is. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, one of the proud partners.
I know.
Of the Chuck and Bo Show. The first hour of the show was dominated by a 7-foot first-round NBA draft pick, who his name's James Najee, and he has created massive waves in college basketball because Baylor has signed him, and he's eligible to play immediately. They just got done with their non-conference schedule, too. They're about to enter Big 12 play, and they have a new player. Wasn't enrolled in school. Can now just join midstream and coaches are going nuts about it.
Well, just to, try to put it into a little bit of context here so you'll understand. This is a guy that played professionally in Europe. What was the team in Barcelona?
Yeah, FC Barcelona.
Yeah, plays professionally in Barcelona. Enters the NBA draft. Decides to go into the draft. Puts his name in. Decides to stay in. After the deadline, when guys like Boogie Fland and people like that and Carter Knox were deciding, hey, I'm going to go back and play some more college basketball. This guy stays in. He's a first-round draft pick. I mean, this guy's no slouch. He's a first-round draft pick by the Charlotte Hornets. Now, I'm not sure what transpired, but Charlotte ends up trading or somehow or another the Knicks acquired his rights. So he has been the property, basically, of 2 NBA teams. He's played professionally in Europe. He's 21 years old. From a basketball perspective, I think he's figured out, and his people have figured out, he would benefit from playing American college basketball. So Baylor signs him. The NCAA says not only can you play, you can play now. You're immediately eligible. And you've got 4 years of eligibility. It's like you're a kid coming out of high school. Even though you're 21 years old, even though you play professionally in Europe, even though you've been the property of 2 NBA teams and were a first-round draft pick, come on back and play some college ball. All right, that's basically where it is right now, in a nutshell.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, does this, if you've played any college basketball at all, can you come back? If you've never played college basketball, is that the only way you can come back?
You were joking earlier when you said LeBron could go back and play college basketball, but nothing's out of the realm of possibility. I mean, you got guys playing professionally now in the G League. You got 3 or 4 guys in the NBA. People don't realize this. You got 3 or 4 guys college basketball right now that have played in the G League.
It's
nuts.
This is so out of whack. I'll tell you potentially what could happen. So in summer elite youth basketball, okay, high school kids that play summer basketball, Peach Jam, all this stuff, they play for teams that are funded in some cases by NBA superstars like Kevin Durant. Okay? Sometimes they're coached by NBA players or former NBA players. Sometimes these guys have kids on the teams. And they've got all this money, and for a long time, this is how, quote, cheating or paying players would happen with high school kids. They would funnel it through one of these summer basketball teams. Can't really keep track of it. It's, just cash, like who's getting what and whatever. And they're taking expensive plane rides and staying at fancy hotels and playing at tournaments and getting shoe deals and all this. Well, now that whole setup could become a college basketball team if this is allowed to happen. So in this hyperbole example of LeBron decides, you know what? I've never had this experience. Not only am I going to go play at SMU, I'm going to fund our entire roster. Or I'm going to get a couple of buddies. I'm going to call Chris Paul. We're going to put a deal together. I'm going to get, KD's guy, Rich Kleiman, to help out. And we're going to put together a squad. And we're going to go win the national championship.
The dream team.
After being a whatever NBA time all-star. Just think about that. What are we talking about here?
Well, we're talking about the end of college sports as we know it. I mean, we're past the end times, really, of college sports as we know it. And now
I'm sure there's all kinds of reasons what I laid out can't happen, but we also thought that before this happened too.
Yeah, there are things that are happening right now that if someone had said even a year ago this is going to happen, it's like, well, there's no way that's going to happen. There's no way they would do that, and then it happens.
And these coaches are just they
can't. Cal was anxious to talk about it last night.
You ready? Mid-season, unless you're in the school. This is an easy roll. We can do this, NCAA. Don't tell me about lawsuits. If you join a program at mid-season, you cannot play that season. If you're in school and have to get yourself eligible, that's okay. You can play the second term without playing the first. What? So now, let me ask you this. What does that do for the kids in the program that you're bringing kids in at mid-season when it was their opportunity? I mean, I just don't get any of this.
That's about joining mid-season. This is about doing it at all.
Look, I don't blame coaches. You know, I've got friends that are playing with 27-year-olds and they feel bad. I said, don't feel bad. We don't have any rules. Why should you feel bad? But let me give you this. Real simple. The rules bees the rules. So if you put your name in the draft, I don't care if you're from Russia and you stay in the draft, you can't play college basketball. Well, that's only for American kids. What? If your name is in that draft and you got drafted, you can't play because that's our rule. Yeah, but that's only for American kids. Okay, now, here's the next lawsuit. Well, we don't have a say over European players. You do if they're playing in college basketball. So that means you don't have a say over high school kids. So whatever a high school kid does before he comes here, don't you do one thing because there's a suit. Because what you're saying is, if he's in Europe, we don't have the same rules. What? If he puts his name in the draft, he can't go to college. He left his name in. Well, that's different because he's European. Okay, you're not doing anything with a high school player then. We don't have any jurisdiction over a high school player, do we? We don't. So when they come, you just got to say, all right, now they're here.
So nobody quite gets this. If you're going to do that with European players, his point is, you don't have any jurisdiction over high school players, and so you can't hold them accountable for doing anything before they get to college either.
Here's the thing that I wonder about in all this, and this is interesting to me. The things that Cal had to say, and I think he's 100% right. I don't know how much this registers with the average college sports fan. I just don't know. I don't know if they care. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, it's terrible what they're doing." But look, if we'd been trying to get that guy, I mean, it'd have been a whole different deal. And I mean, we all know that. It's a strange deal when you look at this, and to me, it's just outrageous that this would happen. It's unthinkable that this would happen. But I'm not naive, and there are going to be outlandish scenarios that are going to come to fruition. It's not going to be LeBron playing college basketball. But again, a year ago, if someone had said, guy's going to go through the draft, first-round pick, property of 2 NBA teams, but he's going to come back, he's going to play college basketball, he's going to get paid, he's going to have 4 years of eligibility, you have said, no, that's not going to happen. By the same token, I don't see one single person, one single fan, despite all the things that they say about how the world's going to hell in a handbasket, I don't see one fan turning away. I don't see one single fan turning away and not watching, just saying, I'm done with the sport. They may be priced out of the market. They may not go, may not be able to go anymore, and that's a shame in and of itself. But fans, I mean, every time this comes up, we all talk about how terrible it is, and then we can't wait to watch that game this weekend. And I'm as guilty as anybody.
Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. This demands a response from Bart, who's sitting there now.
I know
Chevy
he is. I see him.
Chevy has more great deals happening right now than they've had all year, and they've had a lot of them. But year-end savings, you got a day or so left here. Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Go see our friends Chris, Mark, and Denver. Chevy is the official truck of the Chuck and Bo Show. Bart, what do you have?
Well, I mean, frankly, it's ridiculous. Like, Cal's absolutely right on all this. Tom Izzo's right. Mark Few's right. They're all right. Like, this should not be something that's happening. This is Scott Drew and Baylor taking advantage of the current landscape in college basketball. I don't love that. And really, like,
I bet their fans do.
I'm sure they do. But, I mean, what else is new? I mean,
giving a kid an opportunity, Bart.
Well, he had an opportunity to play in the National Basketball Association.
It didn't work out.
Was a
Keeping
first-round
dreams
draft
alive.
pick.
Can he get drafted again?
He better not be able to. Surely NBA.
In 4 years, can he get drafted again?
Surely NBA bylaws prevent
2
that.
years.
I have no idea.
I would have to
I have no
assume.
idea.
I don't know.
But, like, let's just get it together. I'll do it. Like, I'll do it. Like,
You'll
this
do
is,
it personally?
I will take care of this.
Ask
like,
Bart.
Stop getting in your own way. Stop getting government involved. Just figure it out. Do it.
You're
Get it
educated.
done.
You're articulate. And you have
There are
you have a
ways
strong
to
will
solve-
about you, and
there
you're
are
a
ways
leader
to
of men,
solve these
Bart.
problems.
You can
Thank
do
you.
this.
He's rested and ready.
There are ways to solve these problems. They just require all the morons to get out of the room.
See?
And let the people know.
See, somebody needs that kind of direct wording.
No. Like,
they do.
Let the people like Cal, like Izzo, like Nick Saban, like the people who know what they're doing get in the room and figure this out. Get rid of these university presidents and chancellors who don't, frankly, with all due respect, to what they know from an educational and in the world of academia, all the knowledge they have there, they don't know jack crap about how to run college athletics.
Jackcrap.edu.
That's an academic term.
It is. And they need to be removed from the situation. These senators and legislators and representatives need to be removed from the situation because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're talking about. That could apply to a lot of different things. But I'm talking about college athletics. Get the smart people in the room. Let them figure this out. Come up with a system that involves collective bargaining, contracts, all that. Make the rules and play by them and stop pushing it off on other entities. Stop pushing it off on other people. Just take care of the problem.
There it is.
Fix it.
Yep. Take a breath. We'll be back. It's the Chuck and Bo Show with Bart in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room.
Bart, you speak like you're the only smart man breathing.
I take that as a compliment, I think.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you in the holiday spirit yet?
No, I'm not. And I don't think it's a shortcoming. I'm not trying to get there. It's just that, like, the week will come and it'll happen organically.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Kind of like the week after Christmas. It just happens organically. Everything, nothing goes on.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, I keep wanting to get into this, and I don't really have a whole lot to say, so maybe it's not worth it. But, just end of the year reflection, you guys have
You've been wanting to reflect all morning.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, like, what kind of year was it? And, I was going through some old photos on a plane. I don't know, I was looking for something. And next thing you know, I got on that rabbit hole of going through all these photos on my phone. And I was like, man, we did a lot of stuff with the kids in 2020. Like, a lot of stuff. And I was like, oh, that was COVID. but it ended up being, a great year full of, memories. And your pictures remind you of that. And this year, I don't know, it feels like it's just kind of like, we say this every year, but it's just flown by. But
so you're saying we need another pandemic to slow us down a little bit?
No, but I appreciate where you would get that. But 2025, just think about what happened. Arkansas basketball was 1-5, for example. They go to Kentucky and they get that win, and everything flipped. All of a sudden, like the switch came on and the room lit up with Cal at Arkansas. I think everyone was kind of happy to have them, but they were also sort of up in the air about how they felt about it all. And they're also listening to all these Kentucky people say, you got our used garbage. And then that happened, and we were like, yeah, this is cool, man. And then they started winning, and then they go on this run in the NCAA tournament and kind of outpunched their weight a little bit and really felt like they should have won that last game they lost in. Then here comes the roster, all this, and away you go. And so you feel great about Arkansas basketball. You look at football, you're glad 25's over. You're ready for 26. But these are the kinds of things that people do this time of year. Like, you're going to turn on, we used to turn on the news. I don't know if anybody does anymore. But you'll see all these year-in review on the national networks, maybe some of the local channels as well. And you remember, like, wow, that happened in 2025? Well, I forgot that happened in 2025. And then we're like 2 days away from screwing up check writing.
I mean, who still writes checks?
You're gonna. Well, I mean, there are some businesses.
I know
that you still have. It's weird, like everything else is electronic or auto pay, and then some people just like writing checks. I mean, I don't know why, but there are some things you still have to write checks for. But whether it's a check or you're signing a form or whatever it is. We're about to screw that up in 2 days.
I was in line. It's been about a month ago. I was in line at the grocery store, and a guy probably, 30, was writing a check. I'm thinking that's going to be a hot check. Now, you got somebody 60 writing a check. That check's good. Well, that check's as good as gold. You got a 30-year-old writing checks for groceries. That thing's going to bounce.
When you're writing checks at the grocery store,
it's going to bounce.
That's it's a red flag. If that's what's going on. I'm not saying that there's not money in there. It just gives you cause for pause.
Don't run it through till that date, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't mind.
Exactly. Hey, speaking of writing checks, never a better time to sign up for Oaklawn Sports if you haven't yet, because you've got a lot of action coming up, and you get $1,000 in bonus bets if you're a new customer.
That's key right there. I mean, if
and
you're not a
days.
customer yet, that's the key right there.
You got to burn this $1,000 in 10 days, so you get $1,000 in free bonus bets. And you got games coming up. Bart's going to tell us what they are in a second in the college football playoff. College football playoffs here.
Other games too.
NFL's going down the final stretch as well. College basketball is heating up. We're going into conference play. The Hogs open on Saturday at 2 o'clock. Just download the app in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. And then new and existing customers get 10% profit boost on qualifying three-leg parlays and same-game parlays, where you earn a profit boost of up to 10%. So your parlay odds of plus 1,000 can turn into a parlay with odds of plus 1,100. Just go to oaklawn.com, get all the details on that, or just go and download the app today. Don't forget, live racing season continues through January 4th at Oaklawn. And then the classic racing season starts again on January 30th and goes all the way through May 2nd. Oaklawn.com for all the details on all the events happening at Oaklawn. Or if you're looking for a place to stay, New Year's Eve, they're having a big bash. Great place to go spend a weekend at that beautiful Oaklawn Resort. All right, the playoffs begin tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah. First, we do have some games today. We have the Independence Bowl featuring Coastal Carolina and Louisiana Tech at 1 o'clock today. We have the Music City Bowl, Tennessee, and the Fighting Brett Bielema.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
Today,
Bielema made some. You know how he always makes those
he
comments?
He always makes a shot.
He's like, Tennessee, I don't think they wanted to practice at Vanderbilt, so we're practicing there.
Yeah. That's good.
He said something about his time here, too. He said something about, he's talking about all the bowl games he'd been to. And he goes, I've been to 3 at Arkansas, missed one, and, they wouldn't have that there, so they fired me. Something like that. But Bielema will do something today. You remember last year he got into it with Beamer? Yeah. He'll do something today to stir things up.
That was something.
The nightcap tonight features TCU and maybe the biggest crybaby in the sport, Lincoln Riley, in the Alamo Bowl. That's at 8 o'clock on ESPN. Of course, the playoff starts tomorrow. We've got the Cotton Bowl, Miami and Ohio State tomorrow night at 6:30. And then January 1st, we've got the Orange Bowl, Oregon and Texas Tech. The bowl games. We've got Oregon, Texas Tech, Alabama, Indiana, Ole Miss, Georgia, all on New Year's Day, all playoff games. We also, 11 o'clock tomorrow, the ReliaQuest Bowl. Again, terrible sponsor. Get rid of it. Find a new sponsor or get rid of the game. Iowa and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt minus 5.5 point favorite. Hammer the doors.
Wow.
I get out of here.
How many times has Iowa burned you this year? Because you've been on the opposite side of them.
They're a juggernaut, Bart. They're scoring points right and left.
You don't like Iowa, and I think it's because you're – is it because they wave at the kids, Bart? Is that it? What is your okay? I just want to make. I just wonder what is it that they're so lovable.
Bart thinks that's stupid.
God.
8:30 on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, 2 of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who's going to be the first to
Good
get a
summer
Chuck and Bo tattoo? I mean, I think Chuck might do it.
No. You can have mine. You just get 2 of them.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, let's do it. Chuck and Bo on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Wherever you get podcasts, Chuck, wherever you, well, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. But if you missed something, like the Alex Mortensen interview earlier, you want to catch it, it's on YouTube. You can go to Chuck and Bo on demand at Spotify, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Or if you want to hear Bart talk about, how he could fix college basketball. That's what we need to reflect on. I mean, we're talking about reflection here. We need a best of Bart. Best of Bart's rants. Can we put that together by tomorrow, Edward? What do you think?
Yeah, I think
Bart's best moments.
I don't know if I could get everything from the whole year, but I could effort something. I could put something
easy
together.
pickings.
Yeah. I mean, just,
Could you take 3 hours of Bart losing his mind on various topics?
That would be great.
It would take more work than what I could do between now and tomorrow, but yes, we could fill a whole
I think the next time
with Bart losing his mind.
The next time we do a best of show, it should be Bart losing his mind. Just 3 hours of Bart going crazy.
We need to do it like they do those old movie shows where they have a studio host and they're talking about the history of the movie.
Exactly.
And you and I will just sit there and narrate setups to this is the day Bart came in and he hadn't slept very well and he could barely make it and he wasn't sure he was going to make it to the second hour of the show. And then we got on a topic and we'll just let Bart take it from here and then play.
Yeah.
And then remember that day he was like dead to the world. He was white as a ghost. He might have had some jaundice. Like he was done. And we got on some topic.
Jaundice.
And he just
Jaundice.
You're usually yellow.
He's got yellow fever.
White, but.
Bart came in one day with yellow fever. He wasn't feeling very good.
One day he came in with a chicken pox.
One day he died. He actually died.
He literally died.
He came back to life on the air.
We hit a topic, and he came back to life on the air.
Wouldn't that be a good show, though?
Oh,
it would
yeah.
be awesome.
Oh, it's the best. Rod's on I-40. Rod, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, guys. I was going to talk about Chad Morris and Clemson committing assisted suicide by going back.
Cool.
But the writing the check.
Yeah.
I do write checks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very, very specific about when I do. That's because I'm a sadist. I'll wait till I see some little gal with 3 rings in each ear, 3 up her nose, and she's barely 21 years old, and I'll write that thing out in long-form cursive, all of it. And I love to watch her descend into just a panic while she calls the old gray-haired manager to come and say, "Oh, yeah, honey, that's okay." So, usually I use tap pay or, bank card, something like that. But I will use a check when I feel like it, you know what I'm saying?
That tap pay is good.
It's just to torment somebody.
That is.
But, and these people coming back to college, is this the NCAA committing suicide also? Okay. I mean, that's just begging to just end it all, isn't it?
Well, Bart's going to fix it. Bart's going to fix it. All we got to do is ask.
Bang! Yeah, Bart can take care of it. I got confidence in Bart.
Yeah, we do too.
Rod, where are you headed today?
Headed to Batesville, Arkansas, up in the north central part.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Then tomorrow I'm off, but I got to work New Year's Day, so it's my turn in the barrel. Yeah, I got to work New Year's Day.
When you get
That's
there,
okay. They don't want.
When you get there, Rod, do you pull right up and just drop the load off?
Do you have to unload the truck,
wait,
or are there
do you
workers to do that?
Yeah, how does that work?
How does that go down?
No. We have a drop yard. I pull in and fuel, then I go up to the drop yard, and they'll assign me a new trailer and a door, and I'll go in and check the load out, make sure it's all right, and strap it down, and then tag and seal it. Then I'm on my way back today. I mean, sometimes I stop off at Conway, Russellville, Sherwood, wherever. This is just a direct load today, and then I'll drop it in a door at Fort Smith.
Do you? Okay, there are 100 and I heard this stat yesterday. 117 million Americans traveling over the holidays. Rod, what do you want people to know who are driving. We all see truck drivers. We see 18-wheelers out there, and we're just trying to get you out of our way. We drive recklessly around you. What do you want people to know as a public service announcement as a truck driver for all of us others that are out there driving around you like morons?
Oh, Lord, this take all day. When you go past me on the left, please go ahead and pass me. I'm only doing 68. It doesn't take long to get around, and some people take all day. And when you get around me, please don't cut back in front of me and all of a sudden jack on your brakes for the ramp you almost missed. Because the last thing that's going through your mind is going to be your butt. I mean, 80,000 pounds will do a little damage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got a big push bar in front of this truck for deer, and I've actually seen it hit a deer and just bounce off. So they're pretty sturdy, right?
All right.
And, yeah, it's just, you guys be careful and stay as far away from the big white thing with the big white trailer as far as possible, right?
All right. Good idea. That's good work.
Be
Those
safe
things
out
don't,
there, Rod.
Yeah, you be careful. Those trucks don't stop on a dime.
No, they don't.
Yeah, it's good thing to think about.
We need
as
more
you're-
lanes
as
out
you're
there.
going.
That's the deal.
Hey, but if you are looking for a new vehicle, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered.
That's right.
The
Some of them go
great
fast. You
year-end
can pass
deals
that truck.
going right now.
You go right around
You get it. You get several different kinds there.
Great brands. Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. Got a great pre-owned selection as well. You know, they've been doing this for over 25 years. So they've figured a few things out along the way. And the thing that I think they know more than anything is how you treat people once the sale is over is going to determine whether or not they come back. Because when you go out and buy an automobile, if you're going to spend a couple of days, you can go around, you can find a great deal. You can find a great price. You're going to walk away feeling like you've done something. But what happens when something doesn't work out? Or what happens when you got a busy day and you've got some service and you got to get somewhere, you don't have a car? This is where Fayetteville Auto Park comes in. I mean, they've got the loaners. They'll keep you going. And you are going to get a great automobile, and you're going to get great service. And if you ever need a collision center, they've got an award-winning one. So check them out. They've got a great selection, FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
When we come back, we're going to celebrate Tiger's 50th birthday.
Tradition like no other.
I like to compete, so if I can go, I can go, and I'll give everything I have.
Make me want to call you a moron. I'm not going to do that, but I want to.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I will confess, I've reached the point in my life when my main goal every day is to get home. So once I'm there, it's going to take quite a bit to get me back out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Happy birthday, Tiger Woods. He's 50 years old. One of my favorite things from Tiger ever.
My glutes are shutting off, and then they don't activate, and then hence, it goes in my lower back. So I tried to activate my glutes as best I could in between, but they never stayed activated.
I mean, that's how I feel, and I'm not quite 50. He felt that way well before 50, and we all knew Tiger was going to be 50 before he actually turned 50. Tiger's been 50 for a long time.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, I like to engage my glutes whenever I can.
It is something to think about. Like,
my
it
glutes
is
are shutting off, and then they don't activate, and then
active
hence,
glutes.
it goes in
When
my
your
lower back.
glutes shut down on you, I mean, what can you do? You're rendered helpless.
But they never stayed activated.
And I'll tell you something, if you over-activate your glutes, you get this.
I like to compete, so if I can go, I can go, and I'll give everything I have.
Is that Tiger?
Yes. Yeah, so
his glutes were not activated that day.
Well, what happened is he had no active glutes, then he went into glute activation mode, and then you get bronchitis.
You go from one extreme to the other.
So if I can go, I can go, and I'll give everything I have.
And Tiger has been injury-riddled, to say the least, throughout his career.
Just a bone kind of popped out, and the joint kind of went out of place, but I put it back in.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Phil McAtee.
Reach for comment. Reach for comment. Gary Player on how to stay healthy, Tiger.
I eat a lot of vegetables and green vegetable juices, garlic, onion, raw, cabbage, spinach.
Gary Player, man.
Which also helps
like me.
with glute activation.
Yes. Yes. That's funny.
Here now is Bart with some Tiger superlatives from his amazing career prior to turning 50 like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Well, he was number one in the world for 683 weeks. That is more than Greg Norman and Scotty Scheffler, who are second and third on that list combined. He is the only player to hold all 4 modern major titles at the same time when he completed the Tiger Slam in 2000 and 2001. Since 1983, 10 players have won PGA Tour events by 11 or more shots. Tiger's done it 4 times, including modern record victories at the U.S. Open by 15 shots and the Masters by 12 shots. He's won 5 majors by at least 5 shots. Only one player has ever done that twice. Starting with, this might be my favorite Tiger stat, starting with the 1997 Masters through his win at the 2008 U.S. Open, Tiger was a cumulative 126 under par in major championships. Second place on that list in that time span, Phil Mickelson, plus 80.
Yeah.
126 under, 80 over par. In a 5-year span from 1999 to 2003, Tiger won 32 times. No one else won more than 5 times.
Do you ever wonder, like, if does Phil Mickelson, does he wonder what it would be like or have been like for him if Tiger had never been around? And Mickelson was
he
just
didn't
the
have,
guy.
like, gambling debts.
And by the way,
probably the same way NBA players felt about Jordan.
Yeah.
What if Jordan wasn't around?
And at the same time, what would the NBA or the PGA Tour be like without either one of those guys? Like, not only were they the greatest, like we can all argue about number of majors and Jack and all that stuff, but seriously, the greatest to me is they completely changed the game. Like, Jordan completely changed basketball. He took basketball into homes that otherwise probably would have never seen it, or not until maybe years later. He transcended the sport. And so I'm not saying others didn't, but he did it in a way that nobody's ever done, and I don't think anybody will ever do again. And the same with Tiger.
I don't think anyone's changed their sport as much as Tiger changed golf. He changed the way courses are designed, changed the way golf balls are made, changed the way clubs are made. They did everything they could to Tiger-proof golf, and they couldn't pull it off. Now, as he got older, time took care of a lot of things. And as you said, I mean, he was 50 years old essentially when he was 28.
Yeah.
The generation that saw him in his prime saw something that other generations will never see, did not see before, will not see again. There will never be someone in golf that changes the game or plays the game the way Tiger did. It'll never happen.
Nick Faldo said it best, I think, when Tiger won the 2019 Masters, and there was that whole celebration and just an incredible scene. And Faldo said something along the lines of that this will be the greatest scene in the history of golf forever, or something like that. And I don't know that that's not going to prove true.
That's when Ben Crenshaw said, "Words fail me." I mean, he was watching. He just said, "Words fail me."
Yeah.
And what was he? 19 under. 19 under at that first Masters.
Well,
that he won.
The gap in a particular tournament, like how many would he win by? I mean, that was really Tiger versus the field. Those conversations, like he would
had
would take
minus
Tiger,
odds.
yeah,
He had minus
against
odds
the whole field
to win tournaments.
just absurd. And then when he won that U.S. Open, 18 extra holes against Rocco
on one leg
was Walt Frazier type stuff for you, Chuck.
Yeah,
New York Knicks.
Willis
Kurt
Reed.
Gibson.
Willis Reed.
Willis Reed. Yeah. That's
same thing.
Kurt Gibson.
Yes.
Limping around the bases.
It was.
Well, hey, if you missed anything today, Chuck's going to be here with the guys and try to do it again
Have a great
tomorrow.
trip. Have a great trip. Hope it doesn't
It's
like
going to pour the entire time at the Rose Bowl.
Rainy weekend in L.A., you'll have fun.
I'll be on assignment. Chuck and Bo on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Have a great Tuesday.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor